I am Rob from iTech Pickers. Tonight I was looking at some information on the internet about Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. You know what this guy is? He's the boss of the World Health Organization, and he's in hot water right now he's being investigated by the United States for his part in the alleged cover-up of the CCP virus pandemic that has now claimed the lives of 150,000 people around the world. So I kind of looked at his Twitter account, and it's quite funny that this guy is still tweeting, is still smiling, even though the rest of the world is holding him accountable for the deaths of 150,000 people, and the death count is most likely going to be in the millions. I just noticed that it's that people do actually reply to his tweets, and he's got like thousands upon thousands of I will call them fan mail. So what I'll do is that I'll read some of his fan mail to you, because it's quite hilarious. And so I'm not gonna go through all of his mail tonight because he's got like thousands of messages on Twitter. But I'll show you a few of the replies that he gets, and maybe we can expand in another episode some other day. So check this out. So here's the Twitter account of Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, and he's quite a popular guy. He's got 1 million subscribers. Now I don't think everybody's subscribed to his account because they like him. A lot of people are there because they like to tell him how they feel about him, especially now that we have 150,000 people dead because of his cover-up and the cover-up of China. But he still looks like Tedros doesn't let the nasty opinions of thousands of people get to him. He's still tweeting, and it seems that people are replying to his tweets. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at his tweets. Now he's got some retweets. I think he's being supported by Lady Gaga. So he's got some good supporters. But it's interesting when you see his tweets, then you look at what people are answering to his tweets. And look at this. Your greatest undoing was ignoring the early warning to alert the world and blindly trusting the CCP. History will forever remain that, under your careless leadership, the world faced an unavoidable COVID-19 crisis, which threatens the very existence of the World Health Organization. And now we see some earlier declarations by Tedros. This one is that's when Tedros said that there was no need for measures that unnecessary interference with international travel and trade in trying to halt the spread of a coronavirus that has killed 361 people in China. So basically, that's one article where Tedros told the rest of the world not to interfere with the international travel of Chinese people at the beginning of the outbreak. So we know how this turned out. And of course, there's this famous tweet from January 14th from the World Health Organization and Dr. Tedros, which claimed that preliminary investigations conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus. identified in Wuhan, China. So yes, there's no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission. So now we have, I don't know, about 2 million cases outside of China, and probably about 3 or 4 million inside of China. And according to these clowns, there was no human-to-human transmission. No human-to-human transmission, my ass. So that was a tweet. That was a real tweet. That we didn't make this up. The World Health Organization said that January 14th that there was no human-to-human transmission. Clowns. Dang, Tedros is fighting hard for his first-class air travel fund. He's probably going to spend an additional 10 million a year for a private security detail and probably an additional 200,000 on his New York City designer suits. Please resign. Please resign. Great leadership. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that must be like some kind of a troll, maybe a 50 Cent Army troll. I mean, whatever. Yes, together we can. Yeah, I guess so. We will go to the International Court of Justice with these letters. Do not think that you will escape justice. Now, of course, we still got the same proofs. Now, Twitter considers these pieces of evidence because these are tweets that have been made by the World Health Organization. These things have not been made up, But Twitter considers them as sensitive material, So any kind of proof against that proves the cover-up of the World Health Organization, the cover-up of China, is considered sensitive material by Twitter, And here we have videos proving that blacks in China are being treated like all of them are infected because China has decided to deflect responsibility of the virus. China has decided to blame it on blacks. So blacks are not allowed in shopping malls. They're not allowed. They're getting kicked out of their hotels by the Chinese regime. But of course, we haven't heard a peep from Tedros about this. Tedros, who considers himself a proud Negro, here's a little picture. Yeah, a little picture of Tedros and Chinese dictator Xi Jinping, aka Winnie the Flu. So that tells a lot about their relationship. Dr. Tedros, we need the truth. What really happened in China? I hope the USA will dig into the World Health Organization bureaucracy. We need the truth. Martial court. Yes. Will you apologize to the world for your mistake? Will you apologize to the world for your mistake? You know you could get money from China, right? Don't waste money. Money from other donors. Hold China accountable for COVID-19 cover-up. By the way, I never used this name COVID-19 because it's a name that's been invented by communist China and the World Health Organization to deflect responsibility on China, because people were starting to call it the Wuhan coronavirus. But I think the CCP virus is the way I like to call it, because it's named after the gang of thugs who covered it up, the Chinese Communist Party. So the CCP virus looks good to me. But I think most people in the world know this as the coronavirus. So however you decide to call it, but I never use the word COVID-19 because it's an insult to anyone's intelligence to use that term, because it's been invented by Tedros to deflect responsibility of the cover-up from China. World Health Organization and Tedros have been bought by China, hence why they are complicit in the COVID cover-up and why Taiwan is banned from World Health Organization. Signed to hold China accountable for its reprehensible illegal cover-up of coronavirus, causing innocent lives to be lost. And that's 150,000 innocent lives so far, and most likely a lot more, probably in the millions. And now we have this press article that talks about Donald Trump, who decided to hold their funding for the World Health Organization when they have realized that they were getting fooled by Tedros and China. So now the World Health Organization has lost $650 million, or something like 500 million. United States has decided to withhold, to keep the money, and that's a good thing, because I think the only thing that the World Health Organization was doing with that money is pay themselves travels in first class and 5-star hotel rooms, and they did absolutely nothing to help the sick people get better. They actually made things worse. So I think that's the least the United States could do. But I still think that Tedros should face justice, because now we have 150,000 people who have died, and someone has to be held accountable for that. When is this virus going to end? What are you people doing about this pandemic? Don't fold your hands and pretend to be working when thousands of people are dying. We didn't ask for this. Why are people killing humans? So you want money from everyone to clean up the mess you created by taking bribe from CCP? And we have a little little gif. Your time is coming, Dr. Debt. You'll answer to Jesus one day. Dr. Tedros Dear Tedros, how many must die for your resignation? That's pretty good. Finland won't take you far, financially speaking. Well, that organization let down the world. Thousands of souls lost because of your incompetence. Their bloods are in your hands. I hope that's a realization you can live with for the rest of your life, sir. All donation will go in vain. I feel sorry for Finland. They failed to realize that dog Tedros has really cruel intention. And that tweet was about... these are answers to a tweet that Dr. Tedros made about funding coming from Finland. Because I think Finland gave them a few $1,000,000. Which will probably go to waste, but people are telling what they think about it. They're replying to Tedros' tweet about that new money. You may buy Finland's confidence, but the free world will never trust you. Defund the who? Tedros the puppet. Murder! Your incompetence and failure kills thousands of people every day. You are the murderer. The World Health Organization, they killed more people than Bin Laden. They are on another level. So let's look at that's just one tweet, because this arrogant asshole, if I may call him this way, he's tweeting every day about his success, while thousands upon thousands of people are dying because of his lies and the way he covered up for China. Look at that. Look at those tweets. Let's just find something funny here. This is an opportunity to express our solidarity with frontline workers and to mobilize philanthropists. So basically it means it's an opportunity to get money from stupid rich people, the philanthropists, people like Bill Gates. Get a few more millions so that we can, get better hotel rooms. We can pay for better prostitutes. We can go eat in the best restaurants, where a lot of people right now are starving around the globe because of their failure, the failure of the World Health Organization, the scam. It's not just a failure, it's a scam. And they're still thinking about getting more money from philanthropists. An opportunity to get more funding from philanthropists. I feel it if I watch it. Something bad will happen. Last time my country listened to your advice, we ended up with an economy-destroying pandemic and tens of thousands dead. Like a 10 times 9/11. And there we go. Tedros expressing solidarity. I also got that same... caricature of Dr. Tedros and that horrible communist dictator Xi Jinping. Probably the two most hated men in the world right now. One world, one CCP virus. Better time to resign and get lost. There we see Tedros. World Health Organization has beclowned itself, harmed global health, and mortally wounded the credibility of the institution. Resign, disband, and get out of the way of free people applying science and best practices to protect public health. And yeah, this cartoon is quite funny. I think it refers to these false claims by Tedros that Taiwan was making racist attacks on him. So that's, Solidarity is a joke coming out of your mouth. I hope World Health Organization will be sued. I've heard from French news saying that you used so many Beijing's official terminologies in your media briefing. Resign. Wash your hands. China lied, people died. China is hiding info about the original outbreak of coronavirus, and it appears the World Health Organization is aiding them in doing so. The Beijing breed. The outbreak in China is mild. The precautions in China is outstanding. No country should evacuate their citizens. No country should halt their China air transit. Taiwan can't join the World Health Organization. It's called Taipei and surrounding area. We shall not use China or Wuhan to name the virus because it will hurt Chinese's feelings. China lied, people died. One of the most important viruses in the human history, like plague, but these idiots called that as COVID-19 to not hurt their master. And that master is the Communist dictator of China, Xi Jinping. I would like you to resign the executive director of World Health Organization from the bottom of my heart. When you are gone first, you lost your credibility already. Consider tendering your resignation, as World Health Organization can run without your compromised presence. Lady Gaga, who are you thanking her? You are under this virus. You are in every research. You are going out. Bill Gates, digital world, crypto money. What you do is the footsteps of future works. The World Health Organization of CCP. Would not need to put our frontline workers at risk if you told the truth from the outset and did not cover up the human-to-human transmission in Wuhan. Resign immediately. The Wuhan Health Organization. The CCP coronavirus. I am the one who sent this tweet to Mr. Tedros. Hopefully soon you will all reunite in Guantanamo. Fire the crook. Let's go see one last tweet from Tedros, and we're gonna wrap up with that tweet because obviously he's got thousands and thousands of hate mails. So I will have to come up with a new video. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we can start a series about Dr. Tedros' hate mail on Twitter. Let's just see this one. I had a very good call with the President of the European Union Commission on the need to accelerate development of diagnostics, therapeutics, and vaccines for COVID-19. And of course, these tweets, basically what Tedros means is, I try to beg money from the European Union for my own interest. That's what it means. You know, basically he's getting money from all these people for his own interest and the interests of the members of that corrupt organization. To pay for hotel rooms, to pay for first-class travel, to pay for prostitutes, to pay for nice restaurants, and there doesn't seem to be anything left for the people who are sick, the people who are dying, and in fact we are seeing thousands upon thousands of people now dying every day because of that CCP virus that was covered up by the World Health Organization and that has been covered up by China, the Communist Party in China. Here we have Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. Not humanity, crime against humanity. Love, I love renminbi, which is the currency of China. Solidarity, CCP, China first. Unity, lies. And we've got more of these caricatures, which are quite true, by the way. Resign now, Tedros, puppet of China. You have caused the world so much debt and destruction. China and Tedros must pay, and they sure do. Explain to the world why you failed. Taiwan produces evidence it warned the World Health Organization of coronavirus in December. And that's this email that Taiwan sent to the World Health Organization in December, telling them that there is in fact human-to-human transmission, and this virus is dangerous, and they need to isolate patients. And the World Health Organization decided to ignore it. And on the 14th of January, they published a tweet telling people that there was no evidence of human-to-human transmission. So if that's not a cover-up, what is it, And here we are seeing Chinese people beating a black person. So yeah, that's the way blacks are being treated right now in China. Because China told their population that blacks are the ones responsible for the CCP virus. Go away. Resign. Resign. Get on a call with China and tell them to tell the real numbers. So Spain, Italy, we have over 20,000. USA, we're at 23,000 and counting. China, you guys are counting? And a message to Tedros, please return the important people who did not have to die in COVID-19. Now you are gathering support just to stay on. Greed, greed. Any other person would have long resigned. You have led the worst calamity to befall humanity in modern times. Surely you should realize things must change. Resign, you joke. Now you're doing your job. This had to be done in January, 4 months late. China lied, people died. And of course, you've got these, good job. We like you, and you see, these are Chinese people, Chinese trolls from the 50 Cent Army. If you don't know what the 50 Cent Army are, it's those trolls, those millions of trolls that are paid by the dictatorship in China to export propaganda on the internet, like saying that the World Health Organization is doing a good job. You also see a lot of them saying that Xi Jinping is doing a good job, and they're easy to spot because China is banned. China is banned in Twitter is banned in China, so the average Chinese person cannot access Twitter. So when you see these Chinese names coming on Twitter and praising the World Health Organization and the Chinese dictatorship, we know that they're actually paid by the regime to do that. They're not real people. Have you slept at night? Criminal. Love Taiwan. Resign. It would be more reasonable if you said that 3 months earlier. A random university science degree graduate, not a medical professional, can do better than you. That's true, yeah. And the Tedros calls himself a doctor, but he's not a medical doctor, actually. So, oh, don't be so negative on him. See, Chinese name. 50-cent army. Resign. Chinese animal just blocked me. People suspect that the Wuhan coronavirus was leaked from DNA-edited bats by Chinese military. Wuhan P4 laboratory. U.S. biosafety and biosecurity specialists warned that the coronavirus may be leaked from the Wuhan P4 laboratory 3 years ago. Resign. Don't think you correct. Mr. Trump show his regular type because he was real Trump. He think he can control this COVID with his weapons. He think American power, but doesn't work. Difficult to understand what this guy is saying. Why are you still talking? Shut the fuck up. Your ass is grass, mate, and Trump is the fucking lawnmower. Lawnmower. Yeah. Really, you can be thankful to Europe, Chinese dog. There's the Tedros with all the money he got from the communist dictatorship. Resign, Ted. You have done a great job. You crazy. Strong support on what? Today's reality, no one can see the truth about. Oh yeah. Waste of time. Guess what? Nobody trusts in your words. He seems corrupt, guy. He must have taken money from China. Do a favor to us. Get corona infected. Muchas gracias. Dr. Tedros, the responsibles of this pandemic, who hid the truth from the entire world, will go to hell when they die. All the COVID-19 deceased will haunt them every day. This is for the World Health Organization and China. Resign, Tedros, because you have break the protocols. Did the World Health Organization have any contingency plan? Just in case of pandemic. If yes, you have failed miserably. I like how French president now is furious at the World Health Organization. You dare not to thank your master Winnie the Pooh. Shame. Coronavirus, real name Tedros virus. So I think we're gonna wrap this up for tonight. There are pages and pages of more of the same. At least the population have some kind of a way to express their, I would say, their anger towards the very people like Tedros who are responsible for the plague that we are suffering right now, the CCP virus. Because if you look at all the facts, you would realize that had we known the truth at the beginning in December and January, we probably would not be in the situation that we are now. Now most countries are facing the worst financial depression that they will ever have to face in their history. We have again more than 150 people that have died as a result outside of China, and likely 150 or 200,000 more in China. But of course, China is covering up the numbers, so we likely will never know what the exact death count is in China. So I will wrap this up for tonight. Maybe come back with another video with more of the hate mail that Dr. Tedros is getting. So if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon.